Welcome everyone to another live broadcast as the San Antonio Christian Lions taking on the Geneva Eagles. Lions looking for their first win of the season. Eagles are 1-3 coming into tonight's matchup. So it's going to be an interesting game. I am live streaming from my phone, and because of the lack of bleacher space, we have one camera guy at the very top, and some of the coaches are probably going to be up top of there as well. And their press box doesn't really have the capability to stand on top, so I am currently on top of a bus behind the stands, but still going to give you the best coverage possible. And our captains tonight are number 6, Ethan Jorgensen, number 4, Grant Satcher, and number 7, Brandon Richard. Again, folks, it's going to be a little shaky in between plays because I am having to do this from my phone and having to hold it with my hands. But when the plays happen, I will have a firm, I will try to have it as steady as possible for you tonight. Again, this is just new territory for me. Thought we were going to have the possibility of doing this from my computer. That is not the case.
To start tonight's game, San Antonio Christian will receive the kickoff.
So Lions will get the ball to start the game.
Kicking. That means the San Antonio Christian offense will be starting. Here is the starting lineup.
Whoops.
San Antonio Christian School Lions. Number 1, Caleb Turner. 3.
Sorry, folks. Dropped my
Number 4, Grant Satcher.
dropped my play cards or my rosters.
7, Brandon Richard. 61, Ethan Sanders. 62, Logan Pelazio. Number 73, Brandon
Lions heading out to take the field.
74, Andre Flotter. 77, Zach Dunn. And number 80, Nick Patterson. Starting on defense tonight for the Geneva School Eagles, number 6, Joel Calderon. 51, Seth Ramsey. 74, Seth Bauer. 39, Joseph Haney. 20, Easton Meyer. 25.
And folks, the last time I did a live stream on my phone, there was a period for really most of the first and second quarter, really the first half of the game that I was live streaming. For some reason, there was a black screen. There was still audio, but no imagery. And I don't know if that was a lack of a signal, a lack of service to get a good stream out, but hopefully that will not be the case tonight. I will try to be as descriptive as possible just in case, to give everyone, to make sure everyone knows exactly where they are, exactly what's going on as best I can. Again, folks, I apologize. This is the first time that we have not had a press box with either internet access or Wi-Fi capabilities, which is why I'm having to do it on my phone. It's kind of a last minute resort. Thought I was going to have the full setup tonight. That is not the case, so having to go with my phone. Hope you guys stick with me. I will try to, again, be as sturdy as I can during the plays. In between plays, in between plays will be a little bit of movement. I am again on top of a bus. As you can see, top of a bus. So going to have to be moving because occasionally this little deer stand in front of me is going to get in the way. So I'll do my best to keep that out of the shot. But again, just dealing with the hand I was dealt here. And we're 10 minutes away from kickoff. Lions set to take the field. No banner to run through this time. Lions' second road game of the season. Started off against Central Catholic. Tough loss. Then they hosted Bandera the following week. Had a rain out. That game ended scoreless. Then last week, traveled to Cole High School. Defense kept the Lions in the ball game. However, offense really struggled, especially with penalties, not able to get much going. Cole took that one. So Lions standing at 0-2-1. Geneva standing at 1-3. Lions did have a bye week last week. It's hard to coach earlier this week, and the interesting part with the bye week, as we talked about, is, if you win after the bye week, then hey, bye week is good. However, if you lose, then the bye week killed your momentum. So Lions trying to fall on the side of the bye week was good for them. They had their annual high school retreat as well. A lot of bugs here tonight. Interesting story. So originally the game was set for 7:30. Originally the game was set for 7:30. However, an announcement made at Geneva's game last week, they said 7 o'clock. So SACS went ahead and made all the changes. And then Geneva saw that it was posted for 7, and they said, well, no, isn't it 7:30? And so we've had a bit of confusion, but going to be starting off right around 7:30 to begin with. There's also a lot of bugs here tonight, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the north side of the field. Here come the Eagles.
Geneva getting set to run through their banner and take the field. Just under 7 minutes remaining until kickoff, folks. Okay. It's proving to be a bit more difficult than I was expecting. And again, just a tiny press box, no real roof access to film on top of. And then over here on the visiting section, we'll zoom out real quick for you. This is where both the opposing coaches and the film crew are set up. They have a second level here, but you're basically just looking over a few fans. So that again is why I am broadcasting from on top of a bus tonight. Lions getting fired up, and they officially take the field now. Also have the band right next to me as well. And here come the Eagles. And so the Eagles won the toss and they deferred into the second half, so the Lions will get the ball first. 4.5 minutes to go until kick. And once kickoff begins, I promise I will be holding this camera much more steadily.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for these football players, for their coaches, for their employees, for our students, for the band, and all of our families. We thank you so much for this beautiful evening. We pray that your hand will be upon each one of us players and will keep them safe, and that we will play to the best of our ability and serve you in a Christ-like fashion. We pray for your SACS team as they finish this game with you over hand safely, and that you will bless our time together. May this be a joyous time of celebration and enjoyment. In Jesus' name, amen.
Now the national anthem will be directed by the Geneva School Band.
Geneva's band set to give us the national anthem. And it is game time, everyone.
Thanks for fighting the traffic. We do it every day.
Excuse me, folks, just got to pick up a roster that fell.
Geneva, the results are in of the online poll for the name of the new student section. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Rob. Rob!
Steadily going to make my way over. So Geneva set to kick.
Ready deep to receive the kickoff from Geneva Schools. Number 1, Caleb Durham. And number 7,
Caleb Durham and Brandon Richard back deep to return for the Lions.
Mr. Dennis will kick for the Geneva School of Learning.
And we're off.
This game is underway.
Caleb Durham takes it out. Still on his feet, trying to get to the outside and taken down right at the 29-yard line. And that's where the Lions will begin. The 1st and 10 for the Lions. Now I got the chance to talk to Grant Satcher, Ethan Jorgensen, and Brandon Richard just about their thoughts on the first couple games of the season. And they said, you know we can score, but we've been beating ourselves with penalties. So just we know what we're doing wrong. We just have to correct it. And they're going to start with a handoff to Durham. And he's taken down at about the 37-yard line.
7 yards, tackled by Joel Calder.
Picks up about 7 on the play. Second down and 3. Satcher drops back, gives it to Durham, who shakes off a defender. Still going and knocked out, and he is inside Geneva territory. But there is a flag on the play. And that is not something Lion fans want to see this early in the game. And the penalty's on the Lions. There's a holding call.
It'll bring up second down and 13 for the Lions.
So that pushes them way back to second down and 13. And this is what I was talking about, folks. The penalties have been just huge killers for the Lions so far. Satcher gives it to Hilliard. And muscling his way, still on his feet, but finally thrown down. He'll pick up a good chunk.
Back to number 3, Chris Hilliard, tackled by Matthew Schroeder and others. That's going to bring up third down and about 5 yards.
So 3rd and 5 for the Lions. And 2 weeks ago against Cole, it was positive play, penalty, positive play, penalty. That was the first 4 plays of the game for the Lions. Fires downfield, and it's picked off. There is a flag on the play, though.
And number 8, Ethan Hauser.
Let's see if it's on.
There's a flag on the play.
And looks like it's going to be on the Lions.
It's going against San Antonio Christian.
So flag is on the Lions. Eagles will decline it, and they will get the football.
Offensive pass interference against San Antonio Christian declined. Interception is good. It'll be Geneva Eagles ball. 1st and 10 on the San Antonio Christian 47-yard line.
So not the start you were hoping for the Lions offense. He's able to pick up a couple, but not much. Bring up second down and 8. Quarterbacking tonight for the Eagles is Cade Barone. Gives it to his running back. Makes a few misses. He's got an alley, and he's tackled by the ankles by Jorgensen. Could have been a touchdown-saving tackle by Jorgensen.
Geneva quickly comes to the line.
Flags are down.
False start by the Geneva Eagles.
It's a false start in the Eagles, so that's going to back them up.
1st down and 15.
1st down and 15. Roan tosses it to his running back. And he's tackled by, that's Jack Buffington. And I don't think he got back to the original line of scrimmage on that play.
for a loss. That brings up 2nd and 17.
Second down, 17. Sets up the screen nicely. He's able to pick up some good yardage. He's got the first down, still going, and knocked out of bounds just outside the 10-yard line.
The 12-yard line. That's a Geneva first down.
Hold on, folks. There is a had a soccer ball that got stuck on the roof of the bus. We had to kick that off. He's able to scramble. Bowman. And wrapped up at about the 10. Picked up probably about 1.
About 2 yards. Tackled by number 52, Lennox Stevens.
This running back. Got one man reaching just shy.
Takes the ball to about the 4-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Eagles. Brought down by Ethan Jorgensen. There's a timeout called by San Antonio Christian.
Lions decided to take a timeout and they want to talk this one over. So 3rd down and short. 3rd and 1 officially. For those of you just joining us, I am broadcasting this off of my phone and I'm on top of a bus tonight. So I apologize for the shaky camera feed. And if for some reason you just get a black screen with audio, I apologize for that too. That was an issue I had last time. And looks like the Lions moved. See what the official calls. And it's offsides on the Lions, and that is going to be enough to give them the first down.
That's going to be a first down for the Geneva Eagles. First down from the 2-yard line.
So 1st and goal from the 2 for the Eagles. Quarterback keeper, and he's in.
Geneva touchdown.
Roan with the touchdown. For those of you just joining, this drive was set up by an interception thrown by Satcher on the Lions' opening possession.
Was a holding call, holding against the Eagles.
So a holding penalty will actually negate the touchdown by the Eagles.
It'll be first down again. First and goal from the 11-yard line.
So 1st and goal at the 11. Drops back, looking for the corner, misses his man.
Intended for Easton Marriott, number 20. Incomplete.
Looking for Howard on the reception.
2nd and goal from the 11.
Second down and 11. There's Josh Morales on the coverage. Gives it to his running back. And gets inside the 10, just shy of the 5.
For a short gain. Gets to about the 8-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 8 for Geneva.
3rd and goal from the 8.
All right, Eagles fans, on your feet. 3rd down. Here we go. 3rd and goal.
Looking downfield. Now he steps up. Still on, and Lions swarm him. Ball came out, but they're going to say he's already down. So good coverage downfield by the Lions secondary. No one was open, and that's what they call a coverage sack. No one was open, and then the defensive line finally got in there for the stop. Those of you just joining us, I am on top of a bus, live streaming this on my phone. Was not the plan going into today, but we have to make do. Eagles going for the field goal. Kick is up. And it is no good. So the Lions give up an early turnover, but their defense is able to keep the game scoreless. So Lions will get the ball back with 7:02 remaining here in the first quarter. Still tied, 0-0. Thatcher under center. Gives to his running back, that's Hilliard, and he reaches to get a couple extra yards. And he picks up 5 on that carry. So second down and 5 for the Lions. Last drive again. Holding penalty negated a first down. Then an interception by Satchard. Satchard gives it back to his running back again. And Hilliard able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 74, Seth Bauer. 36 for the Lions.
Excuse me, he actually lost a yard, so that'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Lions. Empty set, empty backfield. Drops back, fires, look, has Cale Odom. No one's gonna touch him. He will score. What a snag by the junior, Cale Odom. And folks, I'm gonna move in a position to get a better angle for the field goal. Lions attempting the point after. Kick is up. And it's good. So the Lions draw first blood as they lead it 7-0 with 5:40 remaining in the first. Of course, before the game, I told Cale to get another interception like he had 2 weeks ago against Cole. But I'll take a touchdown as well. The one thing I've noticed with Cale as the season has progressed is he seems more comfortable out there on the field. Cale, a transfer from Smithson Valley. In Smithson Valley, they're known for running a similar offense from middle school through high school, and San Antonio Christian is also known for doing the same. So having to adjust to that.
Need to receive the kick for the Eagles, number 40, Brock Lamberland, number 6, Joel Calderon.
So Jorgensen is set to kick for the Lions.
Kicking off for San Antonio Christian, Ethan Jorgensen.
Kicks up. It's a short kick. And Eagles able to recover.
Number 25, Josh Lopez.
Brought down by Jack Buffington.
It's a good heads-up play by the Eagles. First and 10.
So the Eagles are going to take over right at midfield. Again, a very impressive grab by Odom on that last play for the touchdown. The way the safety broke on it, I thought he was going to have an interception, but Satcher put it right where the ball needed to be, and they got a touchdown. Barone in the gun. Gives to his running back. Still on his feet.
Takes the handoff, comes left.
The ball's on the ground. Lions say they have it.
There is no fumble.
And they're going to say he was down before the fumble.
They're saying Amberline's knee was on the ground and the ball came out. 2nd and 1 for the Eagles from the 41.
Barone drops back, looks downfield, and finds his man deep downfield.
An excellent pass and catch. Puts the ball all the way down to the San Antonio Christian 11-yard line.
That's going to set him up just outside the 10-yard line. And reaching for the end zone.
Devin Aaron's takes the handoff up the middle.
They're going to say he was just short.
Makes it to the 2-yard line. First and goal at the 2.
First and goal at the 2. And touchdown Eagles.
He's in the end zone for a touchdown.
Eagles able to respond with a touchdown of their own. Quick strike by the Lions. A nice drive by the Eagles with a big reception. Set them up at the 11-yard line, which led to the ultimate touchdown. Here's the point after attempt. And it is no good. The extra point is no good, and the Lions will keep the lead. But the Eagles coming back. It's 7-6. Lions with 4:39 remaining in the first. On that last drive, Lions showing just what they can do when they don't beat themselves with penalties. I talked to Coach Eller this week, and he said that's one thing they emphasized all week of practice was eliminating the penalties. He said watching the tape, that's one of the more frustrating elements is knowing you can't give yourself a shot because you keep giving up penalties.
Austin Dennis kicking off for Geneva, back to receive. Caleb Durham and Brandon Richard.
Richard and Durham back again to receive the kickoff. Just under 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Lions up 7-6. Each team has had the ball twice now. Each team has scored a touchdown. And it's a squib kick. And Lions are able to fall on it. And that's Odom. He's able to fall on the ball.
It is 1st and 10, San Antonio Christian from the 35-yard line.
First and 10 for the Lions, ball at the 35. Lions trying to respond to the touchdown by the Eagles with another touchdown of their own. Satcher back in the gun. Hilliard is running back. He drops back, and he hits Durham. He's able to get upfield. He's got the first down and more. Still going on his feet, and no one's going to catch him. That's going to be another quick strike by the Lions. There are no flags on the field. And just like that, Lions are up 13-6, awaiting the extra point. Kick is up. And it's good. So that only took a few seconds. With 4:25 remaining, Lions up 14-6. Two big plays have led to touchdowns for the Lions. First, Cale Odom, and now Caleb Durham. Finally showing the big plays he can make. Just watching how they performed in the scrimmages, Caleb Durham's been waiting to get that big play all season, and he's finally got it. The Lions have a 14-6 lead. Jorgensen set to kick off again for the Lions. Folks, thank you for sticking with me. I know this is not the smoothest of broadcasts as the others have been.
Back to receive for the Eagles, Calderon, number 6, number 40, Brock Amberlin.
And the kick is up. Scooped up at the 15. And he's finally knocked out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Calderon comes up the right side, brings it to about the 31-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
Geneva offense will take over there, 1st and 10 from the 31.
Again, folks, I'm trying to only make it shaky in between plays and keep it nice and steady when the plays are actually going on. Ironically, I have a tripod specifically for my phone, but I didn't expect to need it for this game before it was too little too late. Barone in the gun. Pitches it to his running back. He's still on his feet. And he picks up the first down. He's at the...
That's a Geneva first down. Ethan Jorgensen on the tackle. That's a nice blocking on the outside.
Jorgensen on the tackle. Jorgensen very good at just flying around to the ball. And he is met immediately behind the line, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss of at least 1, maybe even 2. Second down and 12 for the Eagles. Fakes to his running back, finds his man, and he gets a few yards past the original line of scrimmage. Still going to bring up 3rd and about 7.
Brandon Richard on the tackle. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Timeout, San Antonio Christian.
Lions going to take a timeout. It looked like they were trying to sub some guys in, got a little bit confused, so they decided to burn the timeout without getting, instead of having either wrong guys on the field or having too many on the field. So it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Eagles. Lions trying to force a punt and get the ball back. And aside from the mishap on the first drive, their offense has really clicked tonight. .305 remaining in the first.
The Eagles fans, they're down. They're down. 3rd and 8 for the Eagles.
3rd down for the Eagles. Barone in the backfield. And false start. Going to call the play dead.
Movement on the front line.
And it looks like the Lions jumped first. And if the call is on the Lions, it's not going to give the Eagles a first down, but it's going to make it a much more manageable 3rd down. It's going to make it 3rd and 2.
There's an offsides against San Antonio Christian. That's a 5-yard penalty. That's going to make it 3rd
Lions have been tricked on that play several times tonight. And if I'm the Eagles, I'm probably going to try this again. If you're the Lions, you're thinking, don't jump. Drops back. Now he's going to keep it. And he's going to have enough for the first down.
Right side. Gets across the 45-yard line. That's enough for an Eagles first down.
Folks, I'm going to quickly move over to the other side. Porter Dolsky, who's tripped up the running back in the backfield, but he was able to fall forward for a short gain.
8 yards to go for Geneva.
2nd down and 8. Fakes to his running back. Going deep downfield. And Josh Morales able to break up that play.
A little long, out of bounds. It's incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 8 for the Eagles.
Morales got beaten deep earlier in this game, but not on that play. And 3rd and long firing. And they're calling it a catch. Lions were saying no, but that's going to bring up a first down for the Eagles.
In front of number 7, Brandon Richard. It's a completion. It's a first down.
And still going is the running back. He picks up about 5 on that carry.
That's a strong run, pulled down by several defenders. It's going to be 2nd down and 6.
So they picked up 4, 2nd down and 6. Again, the Lions had a chance to end this drive early on a 3rd down and 7, but they had a false start penalty, which made it a 3rd and 2. Eagles able to convert. And Barone is going to keep it. Ball's on the ground. Lions signaling they have it. There is a flag on the field. Lions football. Don't forget, though, there is a flag on the field.
Officials pick up the flag. There is no.
All right, the officials pick up the flag. It'll be Lions football. Lions will get the ball at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10. Lions now have a chance to go up by 2 scores on this drive. Offense has really seemed to find its rhythm so far. Gives it to his running back, Hilliard. And he picks up about 2.
And number 3, Chris Hill was brought down by Joseph Haney.
Final minute remaining here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 7 for the Lions.
2nd and 8.
Satcher in the gun. Finds Caleb Durham. Makes a couple of people miss.
Immediately by Brock Amberlane.
Brings up 3rd down and about 5.
Sophomore combination. That'll bring us 3rd and 5 for the Lions.
So looks like Richard and Durham in the backfield. Excuse me, that's Durham and Hilliard.
San Antonio Christian letting the clock tick down. But they let it tick down too far. That's too much time. That's a penalty.
So Lions trying to run out the quarter, but not enough time left on the play clock.
It's going to make it 3rd and 9 then. And that's the end of the first quarter.
So now the first quarter does end, but when the second quarter begins, it's going to be 3rd and 9 instead of 3rd and 4. So after one, Lions up 14-6. They've had 2 big plays by Cale Odom and Caleb Durham. But facing a big 3rd and 9 when we start the second quarter. And with that, I'm going to move to the other side of this podium. Now I'm going to have to try and talk over the band as they're right in front of me. And Lions jogging back out to start the second quarter. Facing 3rd down and 9. Evershard one-on-one. And Caleb Durham reaching, and he's going to be just short of the first down. Looks like he stepped out of bounds before. Lions are going to stay on the field, and Satcher's going to punt this one away. Kick is away, and it's fair caught at the 50.
49 or 50-yard line. Kick by number 4.
So the Eagles are going to get the ball at the 39-yard line.
About a 30-yard kick.
Or they might get it at the 50.
From midfield.
And they're going to get it right at midfield. I miss being on top of the press box. So 11:33 remaining in the half. Lions up 14-6.
1st and 10 Eagles.
Roan hits his man and knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
That's good for a 7-yard gain.
It's going to be 2nd down and 3. gives it to his running back, who takes it upfield. He's got the first down and more. Finally dragged down inside the 30.
The 28-yard line. Strong run by Aaron. That's a first down.
And now they're trying to speed up the game, and so the Lions can't substitute. Gives it to his running back again. He's got a big hole. And Jorgensen finally dragging him down. 15.
That's another Geneva first down.
And again, they continue to go fast. They don't want the Lions to be able to sub. And they give it to the running back again. Muscles his way. We'll gain about 5.
This is good blocking by the Geneva offensive line. It's going to be a second down and 6.
So second down and 6 for the Eagles. And picks up a few more. He'll be down about the 5. So third down and short. It's going to be third down and 2.
Third down and about 3 for the Eagles. Let's go, Geneva fans.
And just wiggling his way through, and he's going to score.
Eagles.
Just keep the running back just keeping his head down. Head down and feet moving until the hole opened up. And he's into the end zone for 6. The Eagles are going to go for 2 to try and tie the game. Barone rolls out. Now he tosses back at the end zone. And he's got his man. And just like that, we have a tie ball game. So 9:53 remaining, and we are all tied up at 14. Lions set to receive the kick. The Eagles on that last drive deciding to go at a much more faster pace to keep the Lions from substituting and getting fresh bodies out there. Now the top of this bus that I am on is getting a little slick, so I have to be pretty careful when switching sides. And there's the kick. It's another short one. And Durham able to recover it. Trying to make something out of nothing. Breaks through some tacklers. He's got one guy to beat. And he's going to score. No one's going to catch him. And there is a flag on the play.
The flag down at the 45-yard line.
And let's see what they say. Typically, these are often blocking the back calls on special teams. And it looks like it's on the Lions. Lions a chance to go back up with the lead, but negated by a penalty.
Penalty is on the line. There is no touchdown.
They might be talking over the spot of the ball. And the press box trying to tell the officials to hurry it up. And it's holding on the Lions.
You can't do that. That's a penalty. Penalty's marked off. It'll be the Lions' ball.
So Lions are going to get the football at the 30-yard line. So instead of a touchdown, they get the ball at their own 30.
First and 10 for the Lions.
Those of you just joining us, I'm having to live stream this game from my phone on top of one of the buses that took the team to Geneva. Trying to do the best I can. This game has gone a little bit slower than I was hoping for. 9:38 remaining in the first half. So Satcher in the gun. And he gives it to Hilliard. Bounces outside, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he is going to lose about 3 on that play.
Nice tackle in the backfield. That's going to bring up 2nd and 13 for the Lions.
So the Lions just not going in the direction that they want to right now. They had a touchdown, negated by a holding call. Just backed them up to their 30. And a 3-yard loss on a run play. And he tosses it to his running back, Hilliard. And he gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. And there's the flag on the play, and it's going to be coming back. And I believe it's either blocking the back or holding. And holding on the Lions. And it's going to back them up even more.
Illegal ball. Call on the Lions. Geneva decides to decline the penalty. All right, they're going to take the penalty.
So it's going to be 2nd down and a mile for the Lions.
It's going to be 2nd down. About 22 for the Lions. 2nd and 22.
2nd down, 22 yards to go. So even if you get a big play here, you still probably going to face a 3rd and long. And Satcher now rolling out, and he's just going to dump this one off. And it's incomplete. He was looking for Durham on that one. He was flushed outside of the pocket. So now 3rd down and 22.
Number 39, Joseph Haney applying pressure. Versus the incomplete pass.
Lions just hoping to get some yards back on this play so they can set them up for a better punt opportunity. Satcher drops back, fires, he's looking for Odom again, and just out of reach. He was going for Cale Odom.
Cale Odom defended by Joel Calderon.
Satcher had his man just out through him just by a fingertip, really a hand length.
San Antonio Christian lines up the punt. Back to receive for the Eagles, number 8, Ethan Hauser.
So Satcher will now punt the ball away. .8:42 remaining at the half. Excuse me, in the half. And Satcher's kick is away. This one's returnable. And he's inside the 30. And he's going to score. Or did he step out of bounds? And it's a touchdown. Touchdown, Eagles. So Lions had a special team play go their way, but it was called back for a holding call. Eagles have a special teams play go their way, no penalties. And the Eagles are going to try to go up 21-14.
Austin Dennis on for the point after.
The Eagles have not had much luck with their kicking game so far. And they get it this time.
Geneva leads this game 21-14.
So overall, the Lions offense has looked better. They have cut down on the penalties, but they still have a few here and there that have killed their drives. And the poor punt coverage gave the Eagles a special teams touchdown. So 8:27 remaining. Eagles up 21-14. Now the good news is the Lions offense is going to get the ball back and with an opportunity to score.
Trying to receive the kick of the Lions, Durham, and Richard.
Kick is away. And that's going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
Beautiful kick all the way through the end zone. That's a touchback. Lions will take over.
Lions will get the ball at the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 25.
Satcher in the gun. Hilliard is back. Gives it to Hilliard. And gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that is it.
Tackle made by 72 Grover. Also in on the tackle, number 65 William Hunt.
Just a wall of black jerseys. Actually, they're more of a navy blue. Satcher motions Nick Patterson. Drops back. Taking a shot downfield. He's going for Richard. Richard looking for a flag, and it was almost picked off.
Number 15 Schroeder, number 4 Nathan Young. Almost intercepted by Paul Malone. Incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 10.
And the Lions fan base, they want a flag as well, but I think it just came down to accidental tripping. So 3rd down and 10. Caleb Durham taking it. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Caleb Durham brought down by number 25, Josh Lopez. No gain on the play.
So nothing doing for the Lions on that drive, and they're going to have to punt it away with 7:20 remaining.
Number 4, Satcher drops back in the punt position.
Kick is away. This one's returnable.
Hauser fields it at the 43, takes it left.
And he still is in bounds. And hard to see with that Lions sideline. Thought he was about to go out of bounds about 15 yards back. But finally gets out of bounds at
Nice return by Hauser. That's going to set up the Eagles.
He gets it at the 26-yard line.
1st and 10.
So he had the last punt return. He took it to the house for a touchdown.
For the Eagles.
Now the Lions now have the Eagles in scoring, and Eagles are threatening to score again. They're sitting just outside the red zone. Going deep downfield, misses his receiver. Too tall, and good coverage by Josh Morales and Ethan Jorgensen. I talked to Jorgensen last week, and he said, this team has a very good work ethic. Just right now, the execution has not been up to par. But the good news is once they get the execution down, the work ethic will follow. And running back muscles his way down. Speaking of Jorgensen, he was in on the tackle. So 3rd down and 2. Roan in the backfield, in the gun. Gives it to his running back, and falls forward for the 1st down.
Makes it to the 15-yard line. That's a 1st down.
Roan fakes the handoff, and he's going to keep it himself.
Keeps it running left.
Just falling forward. He gets inside the 5.
All the way down to about the 4-yard line.
And we have an injured Lion on the field.
Referee signal. That's another 1st down for Geneva. There's an injured player. Timeout for an injured player.
I believe that is Jorgensen. Jorgensen, both a safety and a receiver. He's also been the kickoff man. He has been all over the field tonight. Lions can ill afford to lose him. And he's able to walk off the field on his own power, but he is hobbling. So getting back to game action, the Eagles 1st and goal at the 4. And they're looking to make this a 2-score game.
After the timeout, 1st down Eagles from the 4-yard line. 1st and goal.
And he keeps it himself and bulldozing his way.
Waits for the box, keeps it on the right side.
Picks up about 2.
It's takes it all the way down to the 1 yard line. It'll be second and goal from the 1.
Second and goal, the 1. Lions desperately needing to stop here. And back pushes forward, and he gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. An extra point away from going up 28-14. Kick is up, and it is good. And the Eagles have now scored 22 unanswered points. The Lions led 14-6, but now find themselves trailing 28-14.
For the Lions, Richard and Durham. Austin Dennis to kick.
Those of you just joining us, the Lions led 14-6, but then 22 unanswered points has put the Eagles back up 28-14. Lions hoping for a big return here to set up a drive. Caleb Durham getting just to the 20-yard line, and he came out of the end zone.
Brock Amberling and Ben Ross. Nice kickoff coverage by the Eagles.
Coaches might be telling him next time, take a knee. So the Lions offense has had 2 quick scoring drives. The big touchdown by Cale Odom and another big play by Caleb Durham. But other than that, their offense has not really put together a solid drive of consistently moving the ball. They've cut down on the penalties. Still just Sasher flushed. He's trying to stay on his feet. And that is a safety. No, they're going to say he's down at the 3.
Blitz by the Eagles is successful. Joseph Haney on the tackle for a huge loss.
Satcher hunched over a little bit, trying to shake off the hit. And I know it's hard, but if you're Satcher, you got to try to throw that ball away.
Second down and 25 yards to go for the first down.
Satcher has the ability to make plays with his legs, and that's something that mobile quarterbacks sometimes struggle with, is they try to do too much with their legs, and instead of just throwing it away and living to die another day. Patterson had it, but then jarred loose by the Eagles defender.
I dare you to try to catch that. 3rd and 25.
So now 3rd and 25 for the Lions. Patterson had the ball, just unable to hold on. Satcher just trying to get out of the shadow of his own goal. Gives it to his running back. And there's the ball's loose. And the Eagles fall on it. And the Eagles are going to take over deep in Lion territory.
Geneva takes over at the 23-yard line. Beautiful hit on the play by the Eagles.
And everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong on that last drive by the Lions. The big sack, the fumble. Burrow now taking a shot downfield and broken up by Odom.
Intended for number 8, Ethan Hauser, broken up a nice defensive play. Number 5, Kale Odom. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
Again, Odom, just as the weeks have gone on, his confidence has really shown to be increasing by his play. Gives to his running back, still on his feet, dragged down to about the 10-yard line.
All the way down to the 13-yard line, 12-yard line.
Officially down at the 12. 3rd down and 2. Eagles trying to go fast. Lions able to sub. Barone has been very effective with his legs tonight. And that might be just short. They might have to measure this one. And no, they don't. They're going to give him the 1st down.
First to go, Eagles.
If you're the Lion, and that, let's see who jumped. See who the official calls, and it is on the Eagles.
Nice start on the Eagles. They'll take them back 5 yards.
So now if you're the Lions, if you hold them to a field goal, their kicking team has had a success in the extra points, but missed one field goal, and they actually missed an extra point as well. So big hit going downfield. And the Lions were able to disrupt that pass. Barone had to throw off his back foot and just chunked it downfield, hoping it doesn't get intercepted. Just missing his man. That brings up 2nd down. Excuse me, 3rd down. Sets up the screen. He's able to get the 1st down, and he will score. Something wrong with the scoreboard. It should be 34, but it's 43. Kick is up, and it's good. 29 unanswered points by the Eagles.
San Antonio Christian 14. 2 minutes, 20 seconds.
And if you're the Lions, you really have to be thinking that you have to score on this last drive before the half. Because the Eagles, they get the ball to start the second half. They've had great field position on their last 2 scores. So if you're the Lions, if anything, you have to sustain a drive to then force, if anything, you give the Eagles then the long field that they have to take. They've had the short field this entire second quarter, it seems. The punt return for a touchdown. Another punt return that set him up inside the 30. And then the fumble. And Durham and Richard back deep.
Geneva lines up for the kick. Dennis walking off his paces. He'll kick from the 40-yard line.
2:29 remaining. And Durham letting this one go into the end zone this time.
Nice kick by Austin Dennis. Lions will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Lions get the ball at the 25. 2:29 remaining. They've had 2 scoring plays of 50 yards or more, of at least 50 yards. But other than that, that has been it for this offense. Thatcher tries to fake out the defenders. Hilliard able to get a couple. Picks up about 4. And again, if you're the Lions, you have to score on this possession. Because the Eagles get the ball to start the second half. You need to cut into that lead as best you can. So Sasher looking deep. Has Odom. Falling forward. And he should have the first down. And he does. So first down, Lions. That should temporarily stop the clock as they move the chains.
First down, Lions.
Lions have 1 timeout remaining. They had to take a couple early on defense. Now they're down to 1. So Satcher looking, finds Richard, swallowed up immediately by the defense. So he'll pick up 2. And now the Lions are going to take their final timeout. So 119, 35-14 Eagles. Lions on the move. Second down and 8. And for those of you just joining us, Lions led 14-6. 29 unanswered points by the Eagles. And they lead now 35-14. And the one positive about the Lions offense this first half is they haven't really beaten themselves up with penalties. They haven't been able to move the ball that effectively, but it has not been because they keep moving backwards because of the yellow flags. And they show that they can score quickly. So they put more time on the clock. It's actually a 1:24 remaining.
Back in play, 2nd and 8 for the Lions. Triple receivers to the left.
And Satcher loses the football.
Ball is loose.
Eagles signaling that they have it.
They wait for the call.
And they do.
That's Eagles ball. William Cone on the recovery.
And that wasn't a bad snap. It hit Satcher right about the waist.
For the Eagles.
Just unable to hold on. I don't know if he wasn't expecting it.
Trying to make some additional points before the half.
Now, once again, the Eagles, just because of a turnover, in great field position and plenty of time to really dig the line, to really bury the Lions in a deep hole in this first half. And they get the ball to start the second half as well.
First and 10 Eagles from the 35. Barone in the shotgun.
Barone drops back to pass. They set up that screen again.
Screen pass comes to the right. Abilene has it.
And he's finally pushed out of bounds. About the 12.
Excellent downfield blocking by the Eagles.
Bob, where you at? Let them hear it.
They've run that screenplay twice and been able to pick up a huge amount of yardage. And it's definitely going to be a play that the Lions need to adjust to in the second half. And they have just been able to run all over the Lions, and he reached for the end zone, and they're going to call him short. They're going to say he was out of bounds just at the 1.
Goal line at about the 1 yard line. That's a Geneva first down. First and goal, Geneva from the 1.
Of course, if you're me, every time you see a play diving by the pylon, you think of the A&M game of how it could end up being a touchback in the Lions' favor. So, officials blow the whistle. Don't know why. Just a stoppage of play. And waiting.
It's going to be reset to 47 seconds.
And it was a clock issue.
First and goal, Eagles from the 1.
So they reset the clock to 47 seconds. First and goal at the 1. And he's going to keep it. And Barone just able to muscle his way into the end zone.
Geneva touchdown.
An extra point away from being up 42-14.
Look at Coach Champion, he's telling you.
And really, when you think about it, it's not so much that Geneva has just been running all over them, but they're getting the ball. And that kick is no good.
Kick is no good.
So they're going to lead 41-14, 43 seconds remaining. But if you look, the average field position for the Eagles is about the Lions' 30. They've started how many consecutive drives in Lions territory? Whether it be just because of a turnover by the Lions, they've had 2 fumbles, a punt return. It has been a rough first half for the Lions. Started out with a lot of promise. But folks, the good news is there's a second half. And the Lions have shown that they can score quickly.
Eagles line up for the kick. Dennis is ready.
Kick is off.
He sends the kick deep.
And it's going to go into the end zone.
Another touchback.
Lions going to get the ball to 25. Let's see if the Lions try anything or if they just kneel it and try to get this game into. They just try to get into the locker room without giving up another score. And normally I would say try to get as much, try and score. And it looks like that's what the Lions are doing. Satcher rolls to his right. Now he tries to make a man miss. And he picks up. He'll pick up about 7 on that run. 35 seconds left. Gets out of bounds, so that stops the clock. Second down and 4.
Clock is stopped because he ran out of bounds.
And the Eagles are not really in a prevent defense. Still an opportunity to take a shot downfield. Satcher, and that's what he does. He finds Patterson. So stops the clock. The Lions are out of timeouts. There's an injured Lion down on the field.
Injury on the field.
And I am trying to see who that is.
Number 4, Grant Satcher. Knocked off the field. Check that 74, Andre Flores.
Andre Flores. Able to walk off the field on his own strength.
29 seconds left. Eagles fans on your feet for the rest of the half. Let's go.
Lions look like they're going to try to get one play off before this is over. Fakes the handoff. Finds Richard. And still going. And they're not going to be able to get a play off. And that'll do it for the first half. So Ellard and his staff are going to have to come up with some answers, at least on offense. Is the defense, they've been getting the short end of the stick. They've had to defend the Eagles in their own territory for a majority of that second quarter. So hopefully for the Lions, this will be a tale of two halves. And they'll be able to come out with some momentum. And like I said, they showed early in the game they can score fast. So 20-minute halftime. Lions band taking the field. Always been a big fan of the band. Size-wise, pretty small, not really a marching band, but they still are able to put on a great show. And I especially love how they utilize electric guitars, keyboards. And their themes have been classic rock so far. Let's see if they're able to, let's see if they continue that streak in this game, or in this halftime show. final countdown. Made famous by the band Europe. I'm also curious how many people just walk across and are thinking, who is the weird guy on top of the bus talking to himself? Little do they know I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to the viewers at home. And now the Eagle Band is getting into it as they wait their turn to take the field. I will say probably the worst thing about having to live stream from your phone. Oh, look at the crowd. Look at the crowd getting their phone lights going. But as I was saying, no, the worst part about live streaming from your phone is I really can't put it down at all. Like even now during halftime, I'm still having to hold it. I can't, it's like I can't lock it down on a still image or a still shot. Like normally what Brian and I usually do is he locks it down with a shot of the field to where the band can come on. They can see them. I can talk about the band. I can also sit down. So we got 16 minutes remaining in halftime. And looks like the Lions are preparing for another song. And the crowd is absolutely loving it. Lion Band blessing us with the classics. I was just curious what the bus driver thinks of just hearing me walking across the roof. There's footprints everywhere. And again, the Eagle Band joining in. Lions Band electrifying this home crowd. If I'm the Eagle Band, I'm thinking, man, how are we supposed to top that? Ladies and gentlemen, the Lion Band from San Antonio Christian. And they're not done yet. Carry on my wayward son. Classic. Just under 13 minutes remaining in halftime. And it's interesting because it's been a while since we've seen the Lion Band, because 2 weeks ago they didn't make the journey to Cole because of the weather. That game, of course, started out pouring, but then right around the time, about halfway through the first quarter, the weather cleared up. Weather tonight so far has been nice. Earlier in the week, it looked like it was supposed to rain tonight. Thankfully, that has cleared up. And really, though, if I'm the Eagle Band, I'm thinking, how do we top this? We don't have any electric guitars, drum sets. Don't you cry no more. Sorry, folks, I really like this song. In a couple weeks, the Lions travel to Hyde Park. I'm trying to get a friend of mine from TCU, Cooper Goen, to join me on the broadcast. He is a Hyde Park alum, of course, naturally, and he's also a sports broadcasting major at TCU, as I was. He was the quarterback. His junior year was my senior year when Hyde Park beat San Antonio Christian for the first time in a long while. And Lions Band finishing up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll look over now at our newly minted student section that is Rob's mom.
So, folks, to just give you an idea of me constantly going back and forth, you can see my shoe trail from one side of the bus to the other. Of course, it actually is getting pretty slick, so I'm trying to be careful and not fall, especially as I get towards the edge. But looking at evaluating the first half, it really came down to, in my opinion, the field position. The Eagles were working with a short field the entire first half, which is one of the reasons they were able to put up so many points so quickly. Lions' offense didn't really beat themselves up with penalties, but they had costly turnovers. Satcher fumbled a snap that really he should have caught. It hit him, again, it was right at about the waist, hit him really right in the hands. I don't know if he wasn't expecting it. There was a miscommunication between him and the center, but a costly penalty. They had another fumble by Hilliard, and that gave Geneva the short field and allowed them to rack up so many points. But again, the positive is Lions showed that they can score quickly. And so you come out, first things first, you have to stop Geneva on their opening drive. You can't let them go down and score again, because then if Geneva scores in their opening drive, I think it'll be too little too late for the Lions. But they get a stop, get good field position, able to pick up a touchdown quickly. I think they're right back in this ball game. And looking on to next week, the Lions have their homecoming game against Austin St. Michael's. They'll be back at home. It's only been 2 games, but it feels like a long while because you had the bye week in there. Seven minutes left in the first half. Couple of key Big 12 games tomorrow. West Virginia going to Lubbock, taking on Texas Tech. The Red Raiders coming off of that lopsided defeat of Oklahoma State in Stillwater. Tech getting their first win in Stillwater since 2002, or it might have been 2001, but it was back when Cliff Kingsbury was the quarterback and not the head coach. Getting their first win against Oklahoma State since 2008. And the big storyline in that game was that the Tech defense pitched a shutout in the second half. So Tech's defense has the ability to play up to their competition. West Virginia came in as one of the favorites to play in the Big 12 title game. Of course, they have quarterback Will Grier, Heisman candidate. And I do think this year there is some pressure on Dana Holgorsen to get to that Big 12 championship game because of the talent he has on offense. And he typically has a good defense. So big game for both programs. And TCU trying to get back into the win column as they've had 2 tough losses, one to Oklahoma State and the other to Texas. They take on Iowa State, and thankfully they get them in Fort Worth. That game, of course, going on at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Texas battling Kansas State. Texas trying to once again prove that they're back. If you ask me, I don't think they are, but that's just the TCU fan in me. Baylor taking on Oklahoma.
Member of the Booster Club. Ask the person sitting right next to you, are you a Booster Club member? And if they tell you no.
And the Eagles have come back to the field, started to warm up.
Amazing. You get free tickets to all
Lions have yet to leave the locker room.
soccer games, Quidditch.
5 minutes left.
Quidditch access all season long. Also, don't forget.
And this second half, it's gonna be a grind for the Lions. They're in a tough spot, but they're not out of the woods.
Play golf with guns, then you can still come out to the dinner. And we also have some great entertainment and live action. Great night for everybody.
They're able to get 2 scores quickly. They're right back in this ball game. The biggest thing is don't give the Eagles the short field because of turnovers. That really, again, that sums up the first half.
Like us on Facebook. Let's go Eagles!
Geneva getting the ball in Lions territory. 4-5 straight plays, it seemed like. Lions costly turnovers.
Unofficial halftime statistics brought to us by those that we affectionately refer to as the fake coaches. Those guys will do anything for the team. They'll cook, they'll carry, they'll transport, they'll do anything, and they keep statistics.
For just under 4 minutes.
In the first half, 26 for the Geneva Eagles, 5 for the Lions. Rushing yards for the Eagles, 256.
Lions still not heading out.
Passes complete. 12 passes complete by the Eagles, 12 passes complete by the Lions. Total yards, 369 for the Eagles, 157 for the Lions. 1 turnover for the Eagles, 3 for the Lions. Those are your halftime statistics. Thank a Fed coach near you.
And that's another key statistic. Only 1 turnover by the Eagles, but the Lions have turned it over 3 times. Lions need to force some more turnovers if they want to claw their way back into this one. And you don't have to try to get it all back right away. Like, you don't have to do a Hail Mary every single play, but you have to consistently move the ball. You got to score quickly. And we have about 2.5 minutes. The Lions have still not made their way back out onto the field. And here they come. I talked to Coach Ellard earlier this week, and I told him, the curse of the bye week. If you win, then the bye week was good. If you lose, bye week threw off your momentum, and you would have been better off not having the bye. And right now it looks like they shouldn't have had the bye. But here come the Lions. Again, looking to claw their way back into this one and mount a comeback. Their defense is going to have to really work on shutting down that run game. Barone has been really effective for the Eagles on the ground and with those quarterback keepers. Lions' pass defense overall, though, has been solid. Biggest thing is the Eagles picked up a decent amount of yards on a couple screen passes. Lions gonna have to adjust to defend those. Personally, I can't wait to be back at home with the press box and knowing I have a reliable way to stream the game through my computer, not my phone. Because it's not just easier for me, it allows me to just give you guys a much better broadcast. And I'm going to make my way to the other side real quick before this kickoff. Again, the top of this bus has gotten pretty slick. So doing the best I can to hold the camera steady, but also not fall off the top of a bus.
Eagles will receive the ball to start the second half.
It's a lot higher than I was expecting when I first climbed up here. And the kick is away for the second half. And
knocked out of bounds about the 15-yard line.
So Eagles going to take over at the 15. Lions looking to go on their own, looking to shut down this Eagle offense and go on a scoring streak of their own.
First and 10 on the 16-yard line.
First and 10. And we have a flag.
And there's a flag on the play already. Which is conferring.
And it is on the Eagles.
Too many men on the field for the Eagles.
12 men on the field. Is the penalty on the Eagles?
It's a 5-yard penalty. It'll be first and 15.
So Barone motions. Tosses to his running back. And he's met with a wall of white jerseys.
Brings it along the left side.
So that'll be a loss. Oh, actually, no, short gain, sorry.
The second and 14.
Yeah, and there's a penalty. So he'll pick up about 1 yard on that play. Run motions again. Gives it to his running back.
Handoff to Amberling up the middle.
He's got a lane.
Amberling running.
He's got one man to beat. Odom is able to shove him down on the ground, but not until he gets into the Lion territory, and he is inside the 40, down at the 35. And I'm going to scoot over to the other side. Just in time. Ron pitches it to his running back, and he is met by 2 Lions. It was Jack Buffington.
Florida line of scrimmage loss of 1. His second and 11.
And knocked him out of bounds. Second down and 12. Looks to throw downfield.
Pass to Myrick.
And the pass is broken up. Josh Morales and Brandon Richard on the coverage. So that's going to bring up 3rd and long. And this is a huge play for the Lions. They need a stop here. They want to be able to mount a comeback. Roan, and they're going to go with that screen again that they've been successful with. The Lions are ready for it this time. Though he is able to stumble downfield, and he is not going to get it.
6 yards, 7 yards.
And that's going to bring up 4th down. And let's see what the Eagles decide to do. The offense has stayed on the field. Again, kind of in that no man's land. You're too close to punt. You're too far for a field goal. You're up 41-14, so why not go for it? Or they're going to try to draw him off sides. And looks for his man. And it's intercepted by Brandon Richard. And he's got speed. No one's going to catch him. No one will catch him. And that could be the spark that this Lions team needs. As Brandon Richard intercepts the ball and takes it all the way back to the house. What a play by the young man. Again, Lions desperately needing that play by Richard. Lions trying to make it 41-21. The kick is away, and it's good. Like I said, the Lions just needed to score quickly, and claw their way back into this game. Brandon Richard giving them the spark that they need. The only thing I don't like about a pick six after a drive that took some time off the clock is now your defense, who was just on the field, is back on. That's my only So that my only big negative about pick sixes or scooping scores is that it puts the defense right back out on the field. But much more energized group coming back on the field. And I told Odom before the game to get another interception. He's got a touchdown. Needs to get that interception though. And Jorgensen trying to energize this visiting crowd. Kick is away. And that's going to go out of bounds at the 21-yard line. And since it was off the returner's foot, there is no flag for the kick going out of bounds. Lions down by 20. 9:34 remaining in the third quarter. Of course, on that last possession, Eagles tried that screen that it really hurt the Lions a couple times in the first half, and the Lions were ready for it. And Barone keeping it, and he can run. He is a big boy, and finally tackled down at the 45, or just short of the 45. And the flag's now going the way of the Lions as Eagles get called for holding, and that play's coming back.
It's a 10-yard penalty. It's going to be a first down and 20 for the Eagles. Ball is situated on the 16-yard line.
Barone gives to his back, trying to cut up field, and he gets tackled down at about the 32-yard line.
That's close to a first down. We'll see what is spotted.
And they're going to pick up the first down.
That's a Geneva first down.
And there seems to be some debate between officials on the spot of the ball and moving the change.
1-yard gain by Aaron's. First down, Eagles on the 32-yard line.
And Barone throws it. Makes a man miss. And there's a flag on the play. And it is on the Eagles.
Against the Eagles, they really were black.
And
Take it back 10 yards.
Again,
Geneva starts.
I didn't see what the call was. Couldn't tell if it, I believe it was holding. It gives to his running back. Bounces outside. And he's finally dragged down at the 35-yard line.
13 yards. Looks like it's going to be second and
So the penalty pushed him back, but that run put him right back in position, and they're trying to go fast now. Roden gives to his running back, cuts up field, taken down at about the 37-yard line. Third down and 5. Big first down big third down for this Lions defense as they look to try to crawl their way back into this game. And he keeps it. And he looks to be short of sorry, lost my train of thought, but he looks to be short of the first down. That's going to bring up fourth down. And again, let's see if they try to go for it again.
It's going to be fourth and a long 2.
So fourth down and 2.
Eagles line up to go for it. Fourth and 2.
If I'm the Lions, don't jump. And he's going to throw it again. And that Caleb Durham on the coverage. And a huge fourth down stop by the Lions. Well, the defense did their job. The defense put up 7 points. And now it's the offense's turn. So 7:13 remaining in the third quarter.
First and Lions from the 41.
Satcher under center. Tosses it to Durham. He's looking to cut up field. And he does. Gets a few yards. And there is some jawing going on down on the sideline. Flag on the ground. Let's see what the call is. So it's going to be about second down and 5 right now, depending on the call.
On the play, officials conferring. It's a personal foul
on the Eagles.
It'll be a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run.
You know, and this is another improvement for the Lions as well, because against Bandera, there were several personal fouls against both the Lions and Bandera. And they offset. Now, Lions choosing not to respond on those plays, and they're becoming the beneficiary of the penalty. And the issue is a lot of times they won't call it on the person who initiated the personal foul, but the player who responded to it. Good job by the Lions. First and 10. Satcher tosses it to Hilliard, and he lowers the boom on the defender. Hilliard is a guy who loves to give a little pop when he's running. He's not afraid to lower his shoulder down. And holding on the Lions.
Fisher with a mark off 10 yards. Going to make it first and 20 for the Lions.
So now first down and 20. So that will negate the decent gain by Hilliard. Satcher in the gun. Now he motions Durham. Fakes the handoff. Now he looks for Richard. Makes a man miss. Still on his feet, and he stepped out of bounds. But able to pick up a decent gain. Picks up about 8 on that play.
By Joseph Haney. He's got an 8-yard gain. It's going to bring up second and 12.
So the Lions trying to really confuse this Eagle defense with some misdirectional plays. So Satcher goes under center. Gives it to Durham. Makes a man miss. And he's able to get to about just past the 20. He'll be at about the 17-yard line. Excuse me, he'll be about the 16. Third down and 7 for the Lions. It's a crucial third down for both teams. Lions, of course, trying to score and cut further into this lead. Eagles, of course, trying not to let up and blow the lead. So Satcher fires deep downfield. He's got Patterson for the touchdown. And just like that, it is a 2-score game. Folks, you can really feel the momentum shifting towards the Lions. And for the extra point, kick is up, and the kick is good. Well, the Eagles were up 41-14 at the half, but a pick six and a touchdown by Nick Patterson has put the Lions back in this ball game. Now up 41-28. Folks, you can really feel the momentum swinging towards the Lions too, because now a lot of the penalties, they're going towards the Eagles. They're getting rattled. They've had a personal foul called on them. Jorgensen trying to amp up this crowd. And there's the kick. And he is dragged down at about the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
Number 42.
Again, now there's that added pressure of you had such a big lead at halftime. How do you lose the lead? How do you lose a 41-14 lead? And there's a false start. And Jorgensen indicating that it's on the Eagles.
It's a 5-yard penalty against the Eagles. The 1st and 15.
And again, folks, I think a lot of this is they're starting to feel the pressure. Now all of a sudden, it's a 2-score game. The Lions have all the momentum. To his running back, and he is swarmed in the backfield. And Jorgensen continuing to just get this crowd and keep them active in the game. So 2nd down and a mile. Throws downfield, and that pass is incomplete, hit the turf. So now it's 3rd down and long. Of course, if I'm the Lions, I would watch out for that screenplay that they've liked to run on them. They've gotten, because the Eagles have gotten some big yards on that play. It's a bit of a safer play. And Marone drops back, fires deep downfield, and the pass is broken up. Brandon Richard on the coverage. That's going to be 4th down. And I think this is going to be the first punt of the night by the Eagles. Richard back deep to return. This is a low snap too. Gets it off. And they're going to let that roll at about the 36-yard line. Lions are going to take over. 5:23 remaining in the 3rd, and the Lions are roaring back. Sorry, folks, that was very cliche, but it works. And again, now you're really in a position you don't have to try to get everything, you don't have to try to score on one play here. You have the momentum, use it. Satcher. And that pass is knocked down. I was looking for Nick Patterson on that play. Slide over a little bit more.
2nd and 10 for the Lions.
Second down and 10 for the Lions. And this is a drive that the Lions really have to answer to. Their defense just got them a huge stop, good field position. Now you got to do something with it. So Satcher finds Richard spinning around, and he'll pick up about 6. So 3rd and 5 for the Lions. A critical 3rd down for both parties. Again, the Eagles trying to hold on to this lead, which has been cut into very quickly in the Lions. Again, trying to make it a 1-score game. So Durham gets to the outside, and he's going to have the 1st down.
That's enough for a 1st down.
Again, the Lions just moving the ball in a variety of different ways. They're bringing Durham in the backfield. They're bringing him out wide. They're getting Richard in the screen game. Gives it to Hillard. And Hillard, a guy, typically it takes more than one guy to bring him down. He's going to pick up about 4 on that play. 2nd down and 6. Just under 4 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Folks, this is turning into be one heck of a ball game. Satcher drops back, looks downfield, and he's got Nick Patterson. Again, Patterson, a big target at tight end. He is a hard target to defend. Satcher under center, 2 backs behind him. Fakes it to Durham, gives it Hilliard. He's able to cut upfield for a couple yards. Picks up about 4.
Gain of about 4, bring up second down and 6 from the 40.
Satcher finds Richard, picks up a few, and he might get the first down depending on the spot, and he does.
Pushed out of bounds. Another Lions first down. Ball is going to be spotted at the 23-yard line. First and 10 Lions.
So 2:20 remaining in the third quarter. Satcher fakes it to Durham, gives it to Hilliard. He bulldozing his way. Not going down without a fight is Hilliard.
Lopez. 6 yards, just going to bring second and 4.
Remember, Hilliard missed the first 2 games of the season. Finally got back into a bit of a routine again in the Cole game. Now, really getting back into this offense. So he gives it to Durham. He cuts up field, and he is thrown down out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. 3rd and 3 for the Lions. Again, another crucial 3rd down for both teams. And right now, if you're the Lions and you don't pick it up here, I think you go for it. Satcher rolls out to his right, still looking downfield, firing, and he hits Caleb Durham for the touchdown. Lions in for the point after attempt. The kick is up. And it is good. And folks, just like that, it is a 1-score game. And on that play was really, what I really liked on that last play, Grant Satcher finally doing what he had been doing so well in the preseason, in their scrimmages. Keeping his eyes downfield, using his feet, getting outside the pocket. But again, not taking off running right away, waiting for his receivers to get open and finding the open guy. He was consistently doing it in the 2 scrimmages that SACS had, and now he's been able to do it now in this second half. Folks, it has been a tale of 2 halves, and we are still in the 3rd quarter. The Lions have almost completely eliminated the 41-14 lead in a matter of a quarter. Jorgensen squibs it, picked up. And big return. And there's a flag. There's a flag, everyone. Obviously not the return you were hoping for if you're the Lions. Really wanting to pin them back deep into their own territory, but instead, again, depending on the penalty, they're already on your side of the field. And there appears to be an injured player on the field. Can't really tell from my angle what all is transpiring.
Against the Eagles, it's going to be marked off.
So the flag was on the Eagles.
10 yards back. Eagles will start 1st and 10 at the 33.
So the penalty negates the huge return by the Eagles.
Score is 41-35. Scoreboard's being worked on.
So 52 seconds remaining. In the third quarter. Lions just scraping their way back into this game, down 41-14. Now they're only down 41-35. Barone gives it to his running back, and he does not stop moving his feet, folks. He has not done it at all tonight, and he's not going to quit the remainder of the game. So he picks up about 4 on that play. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 6.
Number 52, Lennox Stevens, and number 56, Nate Skinner.
Gives it to his running back again. Muscles his way to pick. He will pick up a 1st down.
We'll see where it's spotted. It is a 1st down, Geneva. First and 10 Eagles from the 43.
And I think they're going to wait until the end of the quarter. And that'll do it, folks.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
It has been a one-sided affair in the 3rd quarter as the Lions scored 21 unanswered points. They're down 41-35 heading into the 4th quarter. This comeback was started by the pick 6 by Brandon Richard. A pair of touchdowns by Grant Satcher to Nick Patterson and Caleb Durham. Now the Eagles with 1st and 10. You're the Lions, though. You don't want to give up much yardage after this.
First and 10 Eagles.
It's a 1-score ball game. And Barone keeps it himself. Again, he's had a lot of success in the quarterback keepers.
Forward progress stopped at the 46-yard line for gain of 2.
So he picks up 2 on that play.
Call it a gain of 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 7.
2nd down and 7 on the play. Picked up 3 yards. And he tosses it to his running back. He bounces to the outside, but he's taken down by Brandon Richard.
Number 7. Short gain. It's a 1-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Eagles.
3rd and 6. So if you're the Lions, you're thinking passing situation. Roan fires deep downfield, and it's broken up, and they're gonna get Morales for pass interference, folks.
That's pass interference on the line. That's going to be a first down for the Eagles. It's a 15-yard penalty.
Morales was in position to make a play, just couldn't quite get his head around, and just tried to deface guard. And they got him for the penalty. For a moment, I thought they weren't going to throw the flag, but Barone gives to his back, bounces the outside, still on his feet. It's taken several white jerseys to take him down tonight, folks. He picks up 8 yards on that play. Second down and 8. Now again, if you're the Lions and they get into a position where they want to try a field goal, you still have to feel pretty confident. Their special teams has not been their strong suit tonight, their field goal unit. And he's dragged down, and I think he'll pick up the first down. Yes, he does.
He gets enough for a first down. Made by Jack Buckington, number 23. Eagles moving the ball.
So now you're also in that no man's land where more than likely I think the Eagles are going to go for it on fourth down if it comes to that. Again, not in position for a field goal, but too close to punt. And Barone keeps it. And he's still on his feet, and he's going to score. And Barone keeps it, and he will make it a 2-score game yet again. There's a timeout on the field. Eagles out to attempt the extra point. And they're actually going to go for 2. And he won't get it. He does not get it. So now it's a 2-score game, but the Lions can actually miss a field goal and still take the lead. I understand going for 2 to make it a tie, to make it to where the Lions could only tie the game instead of taking a 1-point lead if they were to score 2 more times. So 9:38 remaining in the ball game. Lions down 47-35. Scored 21 straight points in the third quarter. Again, their defense gave up 41 points in the first half. They have given up 6 so far in the second. There's the kick.
Kick field at the 4-yard line. At Durham, he brings it up. He's hit. And
Durham gets it to the 25-yard line. Excuse me, that was Richard on the return.
San Antonio Christian will start 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line, trailing by 12 points. 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game.
So 9:30 remaining. Lions 1st and 10 at their own 25. Their offense has been clicking in the second half. They're able to make it a 1-score game. Eagles finally able to answer, brought it back to 2 scores. So Lions trying to cut into the lead again. Satcher
Short pass to Patterson.
finds Nick Patterson. He gets a couple, but not much on that play. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it.
2nd and 10.
Satcher, empty backfield. Low snap, he's able to cover. Now he rolls out to his right, looking deep downfield, and he has KO'd him. No, they're going to call it incomplete. They're going to call that incomplete.
Defending on the play with a nice break.